Joining us now is the head coach of UMary Wrestling following the NCAA Championships, in which UMary came in 8th place. That's Adam Aho. And Adam, that's 2 straight years with a top 10 finish, and this being your 13th season. Can you talk about the journey and the work that went into building the program into what's now an undisputed national powerhouse?
Yeah, I mean, as you reflect back on, when I first got here 13 years ago, it's been a journey. A lot of hard work, a lot of people have helped. It wasn't just me in that process, that's for dang sure. I've had some amazing assistants that have helped along the way, some great support staff, community members getting on board, and helping with our funding. Is extremely gratifying, I guess, is probably the best way to explain it. At the end of the day, I'm just extremely grateful for the support of everybody around, the buy-in from the guys, etc.
And you had 3 All-Americans, including a national champion. We'll start with Lane Ewing. He came in unseeded, loses to the number 1 seed in the first round, wins the rest of his matches, and finishes in 3rd. So what does it mean to you to see like a leader in the room like Lane make a run like that?
Yeah, I mean, going into the national tournament, he was one of the 4 guys, the only one that didn't catch a seed in the top 8. We knew that he could get on the podium, but that weight class was extremely loaded. For example, the guy that he had to wrestle on the first day in the wrestlebacks on day 2 was a returning All-American and who had beat Leo Mashinsky last year. And it was one of those things where like that weight class was extremely deep. But we knew because of how he goes and competes, he definitely could have been there. And so for him to come storming back on the backside the way he did he was the wrestler of the tournament if it wasn't for Jacob Strasbaugh. And just because of the quality of guys he had to beat on the way back. I mean, for instance, the guy he beat for 3rd was a guy that pinned him at the Midwest Classic. And it was just an amazing run by him, and I'm so happy for him.
And at 141 pounds, he had Sean Solis make it to the 3rd place match for the 2nd year in a row. This year, though, he was battling some sickness leading up to the tournament. So, talk about that toughness from Sean on how to overcome that adversity.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I can't give him enough credit because, like you said, I mean, waking up on Wednesday morning with over 102 plus fever, his spirits were high. He was very confident in himself, even when he's sick. And that's a testament to, his toughness, but also just the culture of our program. We always try to preach, like, it doesn't matter how you're feeling or what's going on in your life. When you step on the mat, you chose to be there, and let's go make the most of the opportunity. And I think Sean has just done an amazing job of buying into that mentality. He'll never make excuses for, not winning a national title like his goals were going into that tournament. But I just think that's just a testament to his, we call it barn cat toughness. And he went out there and just performed exceptionally well. I was so proud of him on how he went and battled given the circumstances.
And last but certainly not least, there's Jacob Strasbaugh, the national champion, a true freshman. So when did your evaluation of him go from, we got a good one here, to this guy can win it all in his freshman year?
Yeah, I mean, we saw it pretty early. Once he was in the room, we saw the potential. But then once the competition started, I mean, he goes out in the first tournament in the Jamestown, the Jimmy Open, and wins that. And then goes down to Dakota Wesleyan and wins that tournament. And where we really knew he was on that level is when he went down to Kearney and he beats Orada, who is a returning national finalist, first round. And then we knew that he was on that level, and that was something we're like, okay, hey, we have something pretty special here with this kid. And he just continued to get better and better as the season went along. And, it also helped having Reese in the room for him, being able to mentor Jacob, not only with wrestling, but also his lifestyle, his diet, everything encompassing that it takes to be in the top of the podium.
And the match itself was back and forth. The finals match for Jacob came down to a takedown in the third period. And I think I haven't seen you jump that high since we recorded you playing dodgeball in years. So what was going through your mind in those waning moments of the match?
You know, honestly, it was one of the most calm that I've ever been. I mean, yes, I was still probably animated a little bit, but for whatever reason, I just knew that he was going to get it done. I mean, I wasn't like nervous in the fact that I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is he going to get it? Like, I knew the way he wrestles that he was going to put himself in his best spots and put him in the best positions. And he was, even if the kid's in on his legs, like he was going to be able to problem solve and figure out a way to score there. And so honestly, it was, I don't know if it was a God thing or what, keeping me calm, but I just knew that he was going to be in a position to win that match and score. And that's how it worked out.
And you know, the culture at the national championships was great. I mean, they had so many teammates there supporting, and you know, the families were there. Where do you take the program from here with that base of that great culture and 2 top 10 finishes in a row? Where do you go from here?
It's just, you know, we're going to continue to build. And, you know, technically this year, you know, after we had such so many seniors graduate last year, you know, this was supposed to be our like quote unquote rebuild year. But you know, we scored, I think, more points at the national tournament this year than we did last year. We finished 6th last year. Just how the team points ended up, we finished 8th this year. But like, as far as the buy-in from the guys is remarkable, and we feel like we got some really good recruits coming in this year to add to the base that we already have. I don't know. I mean, it's just the culture of the community here too, and in the sense of the support system that we have in Bismarck with wrestling is pretty phenomenal. And I think the guys truly believe now, with having back-to-back national champs, that hey, any one of us in this room can do it. And also Lane Ewing too, like we said too before, like Lane and Sean are right there. And for that matter, it's one of those things where these guys believe that they can do it on a consistent basis. We wrestle the toughest schedule in the country, I believe. And so the guys know that if they get to the national tournament, they're ready. Like, we have a 71% conversion rate from when they get to the national tournament to get on the podium. And that's something that we stress and hone and mention to the guys all the time, in the sense of, hey, you get out of this region and get to the national tournament, we're going to get you on the podium, or you're going to get yourself on the podium. It's not like I'm not wrestling those matches for the guys, but just as far as like where we're going, we're constantly striving to bring home a team trophy at the end of the year. That's our goals every single year. And we always tell the guys, like, this is going to be the worst team you're a part of every single year. And so I think we've kind of outdone, you know, the other years every single year. And it's kind of fun to see the guys keep raising that standard for themselves. I'm just along for the ride. It's a fun journey.
It was a great season, Adam, and there's great things to come. Go enjoy whatever the off season looks like for you.
Yeah, I don't know if there's ever really an off season, but you know, this week I'm enjoying watching a little D1 tournament right now, and then we get right into the heart of the recruiting season. We're trying to finalize some recruiting classes for this year, and then looking into the next year. So I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be here, and this program is going to continue to take big strides in the future.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the time, Adam.
Thank you.